I'm not telling you to sleep when the baby sleeps. Like, no, I could not imagine not having done that. Me and Lily both get a little hangry. An empty water bottle. Hello and welcome to today's video. Before I get started, don't forget to like and subscribe. It means so much. I'm still trying to get to 500 subscribers. It's my New Year's resolution if you didn't see that video. Where do we even start? I am calling this video Unsolicited Advice because do you know how many people asked for this video? Zero. Quite literally no one asked for this video. This is gonna be just like a wide spectrum of advice, recommendations, tips, things of that nature. If you're a mom, going to be a new mom, I hope some of these are helpful. Maybe you know all of them and we're living the same life, which I think is very possible. But I really tried to go outside of the usual advice for new moms. Like, I'm not telling you to enjoy the newborn stage. I'm not telling you to sleep when the baby sleeps. Like, no, we're thinking outside of the box a little bit. So hopefully it helps at least just one person out. Let's get started with number one. Do not get a high chair with fabric on it. Don't, just don't. Get one that you can have a cover on if you feel like you need to have a cover. Maybe you're thinking like, oh, I don't want them to get cold, like it's plastic. You want plastic. Having to clean a fabric high chair every day or every other day is so exhausting. It's such a waste of time. Do you know how many times a baby eats in a day? Like 2 or 3 times a day. She's wrecking. She's absolutely wrecking that high chair. It is such a chore. Just get an all plastic high chair. Also, on the same note, we have like a tabletop chair that we feed her in, and there are so many nooks and crannies to all the toys that come on top of the tray and the hinges and the cracks and this and that. I would say if you're gonna get like a tabletop chair, just get one that is literally a chair and a tray, like not with all the toys on it, if you plan on feeding them on it, because I don't care how careful you're gonna be, it's gonna get nasty, and having to clean that all the freaking time is so exhausting. Number 2, this is very hit or miss, a little controversial. Get a HAAKAA. If you, especially if you are not really planning on pumping, if you don't really have a need for pumping, I thought I was gonna pump. I thought like I would be one of those moms with a freezer full of breast milk. That could not be further from the truth. I probably have 30 ounces of milk in my freezer at any given time, so just enough for a little buffer. But for a HAAKAA, especially for like fresh postpartum, it is just so convenient, and for me it was so easy. It's like the best way to get a little bit of extra milk stored for popsicles, baths, you know, to put on their skin, like for anything, whatever you want to use it for. It's like the best way to have like a little mini stash without having to use an electric pump. I still hate using an electric pump. My baby doesn't even take a bottle, so why am I gonna spend hours and hours pumping and cleaning all my pumping parts? Like, absolutely not. And it also can be helpful if you have clogged ducts. You can put like Epsom salts in there and like steam your nipple to get a clogged duct out. It's worth a try. Number 3, I've said this in a previous video. I think it was like 15 things that surprised me about motherhood or something like that. I'll have it linked. But get mom friends. You need mom friends. It can be online, preferably in real life would be great, but especially fresh postpartum, like you're probably not gonna wanna get out of the house much, have people over a ton, but to have moms at your fingertips that you can vent to, ask questions, like truly that saved me in those first 3 months. I think I would have had a lot harder time without other moms to talk to in those first 3 months. And honestly, still, it hasn't changed. Like every day I talk to all of my mom friends. We have group chats going. We talk all things babies, kids, ask questions, share links, this and that. It's just the best. Like you gotta have a mom community. Highly recommend. Number 4, this is for those specifically aiming for an unmedicated birth or, you know, a birth without an epidural. Take a birthing class. I was definitely one of those that was like, I can find everything I need to know online, and that is true, but the way it's set up and put in front of you, and the one I did is by Mama Natural, and it just had like all of the videos laid out so nicely, questions, real life people's experiences. I just really truly enjoyed it, and I feel like I learned a lot just about the process, some coping techniques. If you haven't seen my labor video, I will link that as well. It's obviously my favorite video ever. Maybe, I don't know, if anyone's interested, I can talk about what I did to prepare for a natural labor. If that interests anyone, let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll do like a how I prepared for a natural labor and my experience. So I'd be down to do that. Let me know, but take a birth class. Number 5, you don't need to buy a bunch of toys. We have so many toys. I will say we took every hand-me-down that was offered to us, literally everything, because babies are so expensive. It's nice to have a variety, take all the gifts and all the hand-me-downs that you can. But like Lily's favorite toy, you want to know what her favorite toy is? An empty water bottle. I gave her like Tupperware with her popsicle maker parts in it that rattle around. She loves it. Like, you can get creative. I've seen so many TikToks and videos of like things you can do at home for toys. People make like their own shakers, and you can get creative. You do not need to spend a bunch of money on toys. I swear, babies do not care. It's like cats. When you spend $100 on this cat tower and toys and they play with the box, that's literally the same with babies. Save your money. Number 6, have a cabinet or a drawer or something, a designated space that your baby can play with and make a mess in. Mine personally is in the kitchen, and it's our cutting boards. They're like loose, flimsy, they're fun. I don't really care if she's waving them around or this and that, but I know it's tempting to like baby-proof your whole entire house, and she's only 9 months. Once she starts walking and stuff, maybe I'll feel differently, but I feel like having a specific spot or a specific cabinet that they can open and explore and play in will save you some time, because it'll entertain them at least for a little bit, but it also makes them feel included and like you're not like saying no, 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 no all the time. But have somewhere in your closet, your room, somewhere your baby can open and make a mess that's easy for you to put away. They can be entertained, they can have fun. It's a win-win. Number 7, follow wake windows. I cannot recommend this enough. Like, some people might think this is too regimented or this or that. There's obviously going to be variations baby to baby, but for us, like, wake windows has helped me so much. There's an app called Huckleberry, and that can help you start tracking and kind of gauging like your baby's wake windows, and it'll tell you like, hey, baby will probably be ready for a nap from like this time to this time, so like watch for sleepy cues. Knowing her wake windows, even just a quick Google like wake windows for 7-month-old, it'll tell you. It just makes life so much easier with I love wake windows. Number 8, we started solids right at 6 months, like a little bit before, and we have done a mixture of purees and baby-led weaning, and I feel like it is just the best. Like, to do only one or the other, I feel like it's a little bit of a disservice to your baby. I'm not being judgmental, but I just feel like I love baby-led weaning so much that I can't imagine like not introducing foods that way. Like, she, at least Lily, has loved it. Like, I feel like it's so good for your babies to really see what they're eating and not just always kind of hidden in a puree. Like, a nice blend is great, because purees I think are more filling, typically more satiating, they can eat more, but there's so much exploration and like just discovery that comes with baby-led weaning that I think is just like so magical and pure and sweet, and it's just so fun. I highly recommend doing a blend of the two. Number 9, this is for breastfeeding moms. No matter how much you are leaking or what your setup is, try to go braless like as much as possible. I went like 6 months with a bra on at all times, except for when I was in the shower, and then it was right into a nursing bra when I got out. And when I started around 6 months implementing like bra free time. It lets your skin breathe, like your lymphatic system right here, like it needs, you cannot be having a bra on at all times. Like you need to let things flow and breathe and circulate. Like I really feel like this is huge. And like I don't know about any other moms, but like I very rarely wore a bra before having a baby. And so now always having to wear a bra because I'll leak. It's just like uncomfortable. After my showers, trying to go braless for an hour, 2 hours is like, I feel like it's just made me feel so much more free. Number 10 is do not underestimate the power of a scenery change. Going outside, fresh air, upstairs to downstairs, living room to kitchen, for you and your baby's mental health. Fresh air is so powerful. It is so powerful. If it's decent weather, obviously like here in Phoenix in July, you can go outside for like 5 minutes and then you're like sweating and hot and miserable. Try to go out in the mornings, at nighttime, like just get fresh air. If you're with your baby, having a change of scenery is so important. Even if you have a 1-bedroom apartment, like go sit in the kitchen, go sit on your balcony for a minute, like just change it up, you know, swap their toys, swap their environment. Like it's so powerful. Number 11 is do chores while your baby's awake. Now, if you have like kept up with me hardcore, I have been very outspoken and I still am very passionate about being present while my baby is awake, especially around like that 4 to 6 months when they're not quite sitting up on their own yet. You don't really want to plop them in front of a screen. They don't play independently super well. I had a very hard time doing anything while my baby was awake other than just tending to her because, you know, Lily, she never loved like her chair, a swing. Like there was never really a spot I could put her and her be content that wasn't in my arms. So I kind of, for those like couple months, I just said, screw it. When she's awake, it's Lily time, and when she's asleep, I'll power clean. And that's fine. I think it's really important to be present while your baby is awake, but especially around like the 9 months mark. She's been getting so much better at independent playing, gaining the skill to entertain herself, and it has been a lifesaver. I've started folding laundry, unloading the dishwasher, loading the dishwasher, vacuuming, like doing as many little chores as I can while she's awake so that when she goes down for a nap, I can do things for me. I can work out, I can read my books if I want to, I can do my makeup, I can take my time, take a shower, things that I want to do for myself, not that I have to do, like chores. And it really depends on the baby's age, their ability to entertain themselves, or if they like a chair or not. It kind of just depends on baby's age and things like that, but try to find a balance. Sometimes do chores while they're awake, sometimes just play with them while they're awake. Do a little bit of both. Like try to find a good balance where you're not just spending all of their nap times and all of your breaks doing chores. Like try to find a balance. Number 12 is every 3 months do a 30-minute organizing spree. Babies in that first year are growing out of their clothes so fast, and if you wait 6, 9, 12 months to go, okay, I need to like organize this baby's clothes, they're gonna be all mixed up, all out of order. You're gonna have to resort everything all over again. So every 3 months is basically when she would grow out of her size. I would take all of her 0 to 3 months, put them in a bin, label it, what's inside, sleep sack, size 1 diapers, newborn carrier, like whatever was in it. And I got the thin, like low profile organizing bins that I can slide under our guest room bed. And every 3 months I would fill a bin, label what size, what's inside, and store it away. And it has done so much for up here. I could not imagine not having done that, especially now that we're trying to move and organize. Like the thought of having to sort 100 onesies is like so overwhelming. I also always had a drawer in like a dresser or a closet or somewhere where every time I go, oh, she's outgrown this, add it to the pile. And then when that pile was full and that size had been officially grown out of, pack it away, label it, store it. Like that is the key. Number 13, when your baby starts eating solids, purees, whatever, I like to eat with my baby. I feel like it's nice to do together, but I always make her food first so that it can cool while I'm making my food. And that way when we go to sit down, my food's nice and hot and her food is nice and cooled off, and I'm not like frantically blowing her food to cool it to give her a bite and fighting. Also, always having like a little strawberry cut up or something quick you can hand to your baby while you're like finishing up cutting their meal up or whatever you gotta do. Babies, if they're anything like mine, are a little impatient when it comes to food, which honestly, I can relate. Me and Lily both get a little hangry. Cooking your baby's food first, letting it cool, you have a nice hot meal. It's a win-win. Number 14 is another HAAKAA product. This is obviously not sponsored, but I just love their products so much. And the HAAKAA popsicle maker is the best, especially for babies just starting to try popsicles. It has like the best handle. The handle is like designed for them to chew on, teeth on, slobber all over. It's so convenient, so compact. If there was a downside, I would say it's pricey for one popsicle maker, but like your baby really only needs one at a time, so you can just wash it, refill it, put it in the freezer for next time. That's what I always did. I would keep a little milk reserve in the fridge and just refill it, and it's so fun. You can add like strawberries, little different purees to it if you want, Greek yogurt, like you can do so much. Just popsicle makers in general, but the HAAKAA specific brand popsicle maker was incredible. I always got so many DMs, so many questions about what popsicle maker I was using in our pictures and videos, and it's the HAAKAA. Last but not least, number 15, take all of the pictures in the hospital. On your day of birth, take all the pictures. Take pictures with your baby. Tell your husband, your partner, whoever, I want pictures. I want you to take pictures of me. You might hate how you look in some of these pictures because most of the time birth is not super pretty. You know, I was like covered in sweat. My whole body was swollen with hormones. I was just like a giant puff ball, like waddling around. But I wish so badly that I had more pictures in the hospital with her, of her, just more pictures in the day of the hospital. Maybe I'm alone, but that's the smallest they will ever be, you know? It's like, you just want to remember every little detail. And it's like, yes, I have a whole like labor vlog and the videos are great and magical and I will cherish that forever. But I just wish I had more pictures, like more posed pictures with her, like of her. It's like definitely a regret I have. So definitely recommend telling your family, your partner, whoever's in the hospital with you, like ahead of time, I want lots of pictures. Please take pictures. It's so important to me because especially like labor fog, you're like probably not going to be thinking about that until way after probably. Make it a point, write it down, put it on your freaking whiteboard in your room, like please take pictures of me. Whatever you gotta do, take all the pictures. And I think that goes for like their whole life, but especially like specifically in the hospital, I wish I had more pictures and just more memories. Also, little bonus, in the hospital, save their hat, save their socks, save their swaddle, save anything you can, because I'm gonna do a little shadow box of like the bow she wore that day, her wristband, like save all of those little trinkets and you can do something really cute with them. If you're sentimental and a little bit of a hoarder like me, you can do something really cute with them and you can kind of commemorate that day in one cute little shadow box or something. So that's all I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I tried to give like a wide variety of tips and tricks and recommendations, and unsolicited advice. So hopefully some of this resonates with you. I'd be so curious what any of you have to say about motherhood advice, parenthood advice. So let me know in the comments down below. That's all I have for you today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!